Okay, I almost jumped out of my seat when I saw Adam Silver on Colin Cowherd talking about the 3-point line. Now I haven't watched any of this. I didn't even know this happened today. So I'm going to give you my reactions live. And yeah, I've got the NFL background on. That's how much I jumped. I didn't even change my background screen, but let's hear what's going on here. I want to see this for myself.
Listen, I don't mind 3-pointers, but if the NFL was just you could run the ball and throw bombs, no layering, no drag routes, no tight end screen. It was just run it or bombs. Optically, it's not as fascinating. And I love the 3-pointer, but like, and you know this, you're a pretty progressive thinker, I think. Athletes are better. Wemby can pull up and cross you over on a dribble and shoot. They couldn't do that 10 years ago. And the truth is, because your players are so gifted and it's such a global pool, the 3-pointer is too easy. And I have simply said, I would put the 3-pointer, I would have it go into the bench about 6 feet up, eliminate the corner. I'd bring back the hand check. I do like physicality. Your athletes are so great, it's become too easy to hit it. And the optics on it are repetitive. I think there's ratings that prove people are, they like layers and power forwards and physicality and not just dunks and threes. What do you do to solve that? Because I think you've engaged with people and acknowledged it can be a bit repetitive. It is a bit of an issue. What do we do to change it?
The hardest question is the last one you asked. What do we do to change it? I agree to the extent that you start to see very similar offenses around the league. You know, teams have brands, teams have identity. You know, Joe Dumars is a colleague now at the league office, the Bad Boys, etc. You know, I think, you know, the Showtime Lakers. So I recognize that to the extent that offenses start to look very similar, we lose that. At the same time, the league is going through a transformation. Just as you said, players like Victor Wembanyama, players like, you know, Jokic are doing things big men never did historically. I mean, It wasn't that long ago, Colin. You'll remember that conversations you had with David Stern, we would bemoan the lack of skill among some players, that, you know, there was a sense there was too much physicality around the game.
Yes.
That the play under the basket, you know, that you would have, you know, the Hack-a-Shack era. You know, there were big men that just couldn't shoot free throws. There are no big men anymore who can't shoot. Right. Free throws, just as one comparable from generation to generation, have never been higher. So I think we just got to be careful. Like, the one thing I want to do is, I don't want to sort of knee-jerk move the 3-point line. We're sort of going through a process now, seeing how these players are adapting to the new rules and figuring out if whatever changes we should make. I mean, to be honest, I wish it were as simple as just moving the 3-point line back, because then we would just do it. I mean, part of the concern from the basketball folks is that if you move the 3-point line back, you'll end up sort of just clogging up, you know, the area under the basket. And that's not such attractive basketball either. I think this is doable. I think we, by examining the game and sort of seeing where it's going, I mean, it frustrates me a little as well, because it's obviously you're representative of what a fair number of people are saying about the game. And I watch it night in, night out, and we're seeing some of the most incredible athleticism and skill in the history of this league. Again, Victor Wembanyama. But I think you're also saying, too, that if we move the 3-point line back and what we ended up with was Victor Wembanyama standing under the basket the whole time and just waiting to dunk, that wouldn't be interesting either.
Right.
So you know, one, I assure you, we are on it. I think it's a very fixable issue. I mean, it's, you know, we've gone from, I mean, I always tell the story, like Bob Cousy, who, I don't know, he's around 95 years old, still stays in touch with me. And he'll call me after watching a game and say, I'm so frustrated, because the commentators think that what these players are doing, let's say from 28 feet or 30 feet, and seemingly just flicking the ball up with their wrists and swishing these 3-pointers, that somehow that's easy. He said the skill level is incredible. But he'll also say, you know, I think we all want to see diversity in the offenses. But by the way, one other thing I'll just throw in, I don't think the players are getting enough credit for playing the style of defense they're playing now as well. So it's an incredible game. I know you love the game. It's, you know, the number one participation sport in the United States. You mentioned Caitlin Clark. It's incredible to see what the women are now doing on the floor and the amount of young girls who are playing this game. So as stewards of the game, you know, Joe Dumars leads our competition committee here. You know, we will tweak it. We will correct those issues.
So years ago.
Okay, so he kind of answered it, but he didn't answer it, which is what I expected. He's going to pass it on to Joe Dumars. I don't mind the 3-point shot as much as some people do, but what drives me nuts is when I see a guy who's got a shot from mid-range, but he doesn't take the shot and he passes it to somebody behind the arc. That's what really drives me nuts, and you see a lot of that, and you see a lot of missed threes because of that. There was one side of the conversation there where he was talking about guys hitting threes like nothing. He also didn't mention like these games where you're just seeing guys throwing up bricks, brick after brick, back and forth each way, brick, because all they're doing is shooting threes and nobody's hitting. So I don't know, how do you fix it? Do you put hand checking back? Do you get rid of the corner three? But he's right. Like, I remember when I first saw Dirk Nowitzki play, he was an anomaly to me because he was a big man, but he could hit threes. Now you got guys hitting threes all sizes. Big men are hitting threes like nothing. Like, look at Jokic. He can hit the three. So, I don't know what you do. I think bringing back hand checking, letting guys play physical is a good way to start. Maybe getting rid of corner three. I don't think you got to get rid of the corner three. But yeah, like you move the 3-point line back and then everyone's just playing under the basket waiting to dunk. He's right on that too. So I don't know how you fix it, but the ratings talk otherwise, that you need to fix it. I'm just going to go back to my strategy. Bring back hand checking and take the damn shot when you have the shot. If you got a mid-range shot for two, take it. Don't just pass it to a guy behind the arc, because that's what analytics tells you to do. Stop coaching analytics and just start playing basketball. That's what I want to see. Because it just seems like, yeah, over the years it has gotten worse, but it just seems like this year is really, really bad with the three-pointers. I don't know, maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention to it before, and then all of a sudden you have all these other these NBA guys talking about it. I almost said NWA. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What needs to be done? What needs to be done? But I still love the NBA. I still have NBA League Pass. I live close to Toronto, so that's the team I cheer for out of proximity. I'm not saying I'm a Raptors diehard. I'm a Raptors fan, but I only cheer for them because they're close. When I lived in Los Angeles, I cheered for the LA teams. Now I live here, I cheer for Toronto. I'm a man without a team, really, because Buffalo doesn't have a team. And Buffalo had a team that's now the Clippers. They left before I was born, so that's a whole nother video on why they left. But if Buffalo had a team, I'd be all in. I'd be super fan. I'd get season tickets. You'd see me at the games. I'd be there. Give us a team. But I still go to the Raptors games like once or twice a year. I drive to Toronto and I go to a game. I'd go more if there was less traffic, but the traffic to get to Toronto, traffic there is terrible. But that's why I don't go as much as I would like to. I would go more times if traffic was better. But all right, I'm rambling. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.